Hello everyone, Machine Gun Joe here, and we're playing Cyberpunk 2077. Here's the side mission, Dirty Biz, and it's a really interesting and sick, disturbing side mission that they have in the game. You have to go to this base that's kind of ran by the Maelstrom gang, and there's two what appear to be like normal looking guys, a father and a son in here. But I'll explain as we blast through the Maelstrom base. I'll just explain what these two guys are doing. If anyone hasn't played this yet, obviously spoilers. But you get this gig, and the only lead on the killer of a 12-year-old son of a televangelist. The only lead on the killer is to try and track down the people who edited the raw brain dance so it could be sold. So you have to blast through the Maelstrom gang members to find these editors. It's a middle-aged man and his adult son. And when you try and ask them for the raw brain dance, and this is what really got me, he basically goes, could you be more specific? Because they have multiple BDs of children being murdered, so they weren't sure which one you mean. The whole time the father is making these excuses saying, hey, we just sell what Night City wants, we don't partake. We didn't do something, if we didn't do this, someone else would, etc., etc. So this whole conversation that you're about to see just kind of gets me madder and madder as I go through this. But you'll see me, we're almost done with these Maelstrom guys. I end up grabbing the BD, and you'll see a couple options of what you can do. But first, gotta clean up this area with all of these Maelstrom members, and it's interesting, their blood isn't red, it's more of like this kind of white, dirty white, milkish color. It's really weird, except for that guy, he seemed to have real blood. But especially when you shoot their head, it's like this white milky substance that comes out. This guy, I think I'll be able to maybe... Yeah, look at him. He doesn't even see me, so I'm just going to probably sneak up on him and deal with that.
Come on out! We could be...
Do watch out. They do have these turrets on the ceilings, and there's one in this room right here. It's right there. But it doesn't see me quite yet. So I don't know how I'm getting away with that. I think I'm just being lucky right here as I loot this entire room and that turret doesn't see me. But what I highly encourage you to do is when you do find these two guys, look at the computer that they have in their room. You could look at all of the computers. They all kind of like say the same thing, but the one that really stands out is this one in their room, and it's right through this door. So I'm just going to loot this area really quick. And they're right through that door, but here's another turret on the ceiling, and it doesn't see me yet, so we're going to deal with this. Initiate an overload. This is the first time I've actually used it. I think it's pretty... Oh my gosh. Well, don't do that. Maybe... Keep your distance when you initiate an overload. I think that's the best way to go about that. Very good. Now we meet Gottfried and Frederick.
Right before he gets...
What do you think? Else it'll feel like stabbing a pillow.
Okay, pulling up by one frame.
Listen
Augmenting
to their
pain,
conversation,
feedback,
what they're
and
talking
ferrous
about.
aftertaste.
They're editing the brain dance and putting in details of the murder of these kids
Cutting that sweat stench.
No, leave it. Some go for that extra kick.
for people to enjoy and buy.
Put out 2 cuts. Sweat in, sweat out.
Hey, good thinking, Papa.
Wakey, wakey, gentlemen.
What's happening? Security!
Too far away to hear us. Well, let's not do anything rash here. We just tune and sell.
Now,
We
don't be
scroll.
fooled by this
Honest
guy.
to
He
God.
seems so innocent, right?
Got
He's
a
like,
little
oh, hey,
family
please,
affair
don't
going
freak
here,
out.
huh?
People want to buy, so we sell. Business is business.
Looking for something in
You
particular?
know, if it wasn't us, there'd be someone else.
And the kid seems like so innocent.
You want to see something really hardcore?
Freddie!
You
We
want to
just
see something
supply
really
Night
hardcore, so the
City
kid
Cat.
doesn't get the
That's
danger
all.
that they're both in, and the
XBD
dad
of
does.
a preacher's little boy. Murdered. Ring any bells?
Which preacher?
I just got a fresh batch with boys. No clue who their
Which
daddies are.
preacher just got a fresh,
I need more.
fresh
Bryce
batch
Stone,
with boys?
circuit writer on News 54. Son was Bobby Stone, 12 years old when he died.
Are we talking black, white, Chicano? Any identifying marks?
All of that gives you the
Final
idea of
execution?
how often and how many they're
I think
how
I know
often they're
what she
doing
wants.
this and how many that they're making.
BD 9430.
Preacher's boy, who murdered him? Who gave you the XBD?
Nobody gives us anything. They leave dead drops. We just go pick them up. Keeps things secure for everyone involved.
XBD was raw when you got it. Must have noticed something in the background, some kind of clue. Reflection in the mirror, tattoo, anything.
Our only concern is with imperfections.
I mean, listen to his
Not
voice. He's
who
so
makes them.
scared, seemingly, and he's trying to play you off. And he's telling you that
Kindly handed the
you
fuck
know,
over.
they
Now.
don't look for any of
Alright,
those
please,
details on
just
who
relax.
committed the
take
murders.
it.
They
Freddie.
just
Ma'am,
clean up the details
just
so it's
behind us on the shelf.
entertaining.
BD 9430.
So here is the choice that you can basically make, and what the game prompts you to do is to really... This is a guitar pick, by the way, that I'm trying to pick up, but it's not going to happen.
that's it. That's
You
the
know.
one. Just take it.
He's like, take it, just go, please leave us alone. The dad's clearly frightened. The son still doesn't get it, and the game doesn't prompt you to do anything else, so you can just go. In fact, it does prompt you to leave the area. But here's a couple options of what you could do. So, of course, you want to loot this area and get some good stuff. You might want to save the game and reload it if you don't like the kind of loot that you got. But you can leave. So that would be one option.
Anyone you're here. We swear.
But there is more details in this room, which I want to show you right here. So we're back. Take a good look at this guy. Take a good look at his kid. And go into their computer, and there's a file on there that says hot and sexy. New sexy hot, that's what it is. And these are all the other BDs that they have. Tags, humiliation, public, old, young, victim, government, pubic hair. Tag, kids, forced, death. Tags, virgin, nylon, tide, raw, overstimulation. So I thought it might be good poetic justice to...
Freddie, no! Freddie, no! Freddie! Frederick, answer me right now! My only boy, stay with me!
You can go on
Don't do
Reddit
this, don't make me do
type in Reddit, Cyberpunk, Gig, Dirty Biz, and just read some of the comments what other people did. They do something similar. People are pretty sickened by this particular side mission. So there was more arguing on, do you murder both of them or just the son for poetic justice, to show the dad what it's like to profit off of murdering sons out there, or kids. And here is, if you murder their dad, here's a conversation he's having with one of his friends that used to be in it who got out of the game, Lenny Nero. And Lenny is saying, I can't believe you brought your son into this. It's just sick. What's wrong with you? And Gottfried, here you can see he's an asshole. He's like, well, now you've got your eddies. I hope you can afford that guilty conscience of yours. Smiley face. So yeah, don't really feel bad about, whatever action that you take. The only bummer about this whole mission is you can't burn the whole damn building down. So if you look through here, this is just talking about some BD gear on whoever Max Piltier is. And the stuff he knows is more of hiccups that's associated with whatever tech that they're using or whatever the update is. So not sure if any of these two emails ties into stuff later on in the game. So now that we're done with that scene, that's the main reason why I wanted to do the video. But once you're done with doing whatever you choose to do, there is a gang waiting for you when you're done out here on the front gates. But the easiest thing to do to take care of these guys, because they're all bunched together, they don't see you right away. It's like that every single time. Just throw some grenades. You can usually kill all of them. A little disappointed there was still one alive, but I mean, that's how you can really take care of that, and then you're just on your way. And then what you have to do from here is basically drop off the merchandise that you got, deposit the recording that you got at the drop point. And luckily there's a drop point right around the corner up here, about 90 meters away, so it's pretty close. So close that by the time you call for your car, you can basically run to the drop point and get there already. But that's it. I thought this one was another really interesting side story that I wanted to share. There's my car with all of you. Tell me what you think in the comments, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.
Let's hope it helps trace the motherfucker who scrolled the thing. Gig's closed.